Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from Arnie's. Happy birthday to you.
Welcome to our Arnie's birthday Zoom. Ryan Kerrigan, a young-looking 34. Happy birthday to you. It's actually recording the night before. Really exciting time as a change in your life. Obviously, your NFL career is coming to end. You're going on a new phase of your life and a new experience on your birthday. No football camp and no getting ready for football season. That's a positive and maybe a challenge too to get used to that. But tell us a little bit about that and that excitement of moving on to the new phase with the Washington Commanders.
It's exciting, very exciting. It is different to know that I don't have to practice tomorrow,
Yeah.
so that's pretty nice. And it's been nice this training camp to wake up each morning knowing I didn't have to hit somebody. That's been part of my life really since freshman year of high school. Going back to 2 days at Muncie Central. That's been my birthday. That's been how I celebrated my birthday was a practice and a day of meetings. So this year will be a little bit different, but that's a good thing, I think.
What maybe go back to your childhood in terms of even before football, were there family traditions that you were able to celebrate? And now, do you have big plans for the birthday just with your wife and family? I know you got a work day tomorrow, but how will that all transpire?
I'm sure my wife will have something nice for me, whether, a nice dessert or, she usually cooks for me on my birthday, which is really nice. She makes really good Italian food. So,
good.
So hopefully that's on the docket. But going back to my childhood, I grew up next door to the community pool. So I was just always at the pool, and whether it's my birthday or just any other summer day. So that was my tradition, was just being at the pool.
Yeah, good way to spend it, and at the tail end of the summer, an important thing to be able to do. All right, tell us a little bit about your new role and with the Washington Commanders. They're obviously still involved with football and still a big part of your life. But tell us what now is your new day job and what's keeping you busy with that.
Oh, Coach Rivera gave me a pretty cool opportunity to do a little training camp, job shadow, informal, internship kind of thing, where I'm kind of getting learning the ropes of being a coach and whatnot. And so it's fun getting to interact with the coaching staff and also the players through a different lens, being a teammate of a lot of the guys for so many years. And now to, be able to look through a coaching lens is pretty cool. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity that Coach Rivera has given me. It's been a fun couple of weeks.
Do you think that's you want front office work or coaches or coaching, or would you prefer the general manager type stuff? What do you see for yourself? Are you just trying to figure that part out at this point?
I think just trying to figure that part out. I mean, I definitely like interacting with the players. So the coaching route seems more up my alley. But we'll see. We're like I said, this is just a good opportunity and a fun experience to get my feet wet into coaching and see where this goes.
I commend you greatly for after 12, not that you had a short career, because you didn't. Was it 12 years in the league, if my math is correct? And you decide at not an overly young age, but what turned the table for you and to say, hey, this is time for my next phase? Was it just the process and the looking ahead? Was it what really was your main things that you focused on when you guys made a family decision to do this?
I had a knee injury back in 2013, which was my third year in the league. And really since that, it's been just kind of a slow wear and tear of my knee. And it just got to a point where I couldn't mentally anymore do it physically. Yeah. And so, if that makes sense. And so, because if my knee was still in good health, then I would have no problem still training and, hoping for a call at the end of training camp once rosters became more clear. But the fact that I talked to a couple of doctors and they were pretty blunt and pretty clear about the state of state of things going on with my knee, and so I had to listen to him, and it's a bummer, but at the same time, I was able to play 11 years, and that's I mean, if you would have told me that growing up, I would have thought you were crazy. So I'll take that for sure.
No question. And 10 years with one team is quite a tribute to your longevity. All right, we want to talk a little Purdue football and George Karlaftis, who's credited you, and you've had some relationship with him. Maybe in his Purdue days, but now as the Kansas City Chiefs, I saw he got his first sack in a exhibition game. But what do you like about him? I mean, defensive ends, what it takes to play that position. Well, he didn't play that in the NFL, but to still played a lot of that type of format. What do you like about him outside of his ample athletic ability?
The guy loves ball. I mean, I remember meeting him as a freshman, and some of the questions he was asking me was like, wow, like you're 18, 19 years old and you're already this far along mentally as a football player. And you're already asking me things that like, I learned like well on in my NFL career. And so just see his football acumen and his desire to get better at football have really struck, really resonated with me and really made me proud of him, because I know all the work that he puts in. And so for him to have the career he had at Purdue and then to become a first round draft pick, I feel like he's been very deserving of that. And it's just cool to see. I mean, I got to see his first sack the other day, which was really neat. And get that first one out of the way. Now you can just ease on through now. And so I'm proud of him. He's been awesome.
Yeah, I know he looks up to you. He talked about you many times in his interviews when we had opportunity to talk to him. Ryan Kerrigan, George Karlaftis, the last two first-round picks from Purdue, and that's quite an impressive and important feat. All right, Purdue football. This as a player, opportunity. You got to strike when it's there. Purdue is predicted to be somewhere in the mix in the West Division, and they certainly had an exciting end to last season with the 9-4 record, but doesn't get any bigger than Penn State when the Nittany Lions come on September 1st. Talk about just what mentally, if you're looking at this team, what it needs. If you were going to give them a post-practice talk or a pregame talk, what would you tell them?
Well, I just think having Penn State as your first game Thursday night under the lights like that, it doesn't get any bigger to start the season. I mean, Penn State's been a team that's been a really tough opponent for Purdue for many years. I mean, we lost both the games we played against them when I was in school, and they're a blue blood program. If we can open up the season against them and get a win, then that's going to do so much for the confidence of the team moving forward. To do in front of the home crowd would be huge too, because then that's really going to motivate, I think, the fans to continue to turn out the rest of the season. And I think it's such an awesome opportunity for the players and coaches to have Penn State in the first game. And I'm sure it's been a driving force, throughout the summer conditioning, throughout training camp, and something that's been at the forefront of their minds, knowing that they're opening up the season with an opportunity to really get people's attention.
Well, you're going to have an opportunity, I guess, to see Purdue on October 1st when they come to your neighborhood, to College Park, Maryland, and the Boilermakers will take on Maryland. But it is a crazy world of college sports these days. Would you ever think you'd see USC and UCLA in the Big Ten, NIL? Ryan, you'd have made a lot of money just selling cars in Lafayette, I'm sure. But crazy world. What do you have from your perspective? How do you make it all add up at this point in time? Or is it as a player, is it just you got to focus on the next snap? I mean, I don't know what would be your advice as you look at all the distractions that can be out there now?
I mean, ultimately, yeah, you got to focus on the next snap, because if you're trying to, take advantage of your NIL, marketability, the better you play, the more marketable you're going to be. So you gotta keep the main thing, and your performance is the main thing. And, if a lot of these guys are able to take advantage of, of their marketability and their time to strike while the iron's hot, then more power to them. But yeah, USC and UCLA joining the Big Ten, that's so much for the regional aspect of conferences.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm still getting used to Maryland and Rutgers. Heck, I'm still getting used to Nebraska being in the league, and it is a new world out there. All right, we're going to let you go because we appreciate your time so much. You've always been so gracious with us at Gold and Black over the years and provided us with a lot of great moments and a great person to cover. And you're an even better person than you are a player. That's the Ryan Kerrigan I know. So what a credit you are to you and your family. Enjoy your birthday. 34, remember, is really young. You're a young man still. You got a lot to do, and we look forward to watching you do all those great things down the road. So best to you, and hope you have a great birthday. And thanks for taking the time to join us.
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it.